I've analyzed more than 65 prop firms, and now I'm gonna tell you what are the 5 cheapest prop firms currently on the market. In fact, each one of these prop firms allow you to purchase a 5k challenge for less than $30. If at any point during this video you also would like to try any of these prop firms, you can do so by clicking the links in the video description. Using those links will allow you to purchase a challenge taking advantage of any promotion or discount currently available. So if you're serious about using the cheapest prop firm on the market, I suggest you use those links. And now, let's start with the video. So, the first prop firm on my list is Maven Trading. In fact, this prop firm, besides offering fast payouts and no swap fee, also offers some of the cheapest challenges on the market. In fact, if you scroll down this page, when it comes to a 5k standard challenge, you can see that you have 3 different options going from $17 till $22. In fact, you're gonna be able to purchase a one-step challenge for $19, where you have a profit target of 5%, a trailing drawdown of 5% from your highest equity, and a daily drawdown of 3%. A 2-step challenge for $22, where your profit target is gonna be 8% for phase 1 and 5% for phase 2, a drawdown of 8% and a daily drawdown of 4%, or you also have the option to purchase a 3-step challenge for $17, where you're gonna have a profit target of 3% for each step, a drawdown at 3% and a daily drawdown of 2%. Personally, the challenge that I will pick is the one in the middle, the 2-step challenge for $22, because in my opinion you have the right balance between having reachable profit target. In fact, 8% for phase 1 and 5% for phase 2 are pretty standard profit target, while the drawdown is static, so it's not trailing and is at 8%, and the daily drawdown is 4%. That, as you can see, is the highest between the challenges. So, in my opinion, if I have to go with Maven Trading, I will purchase a 2-step challenge. And all of the challenges can be traded on Match Trader or C Trader. Additionally, as you can see, you have a maximum trailing days of infinite, so this means that you don't have a maximum time limit to complete the challenge. The overall drawdown, as I was telling you, is static, so it doesn't trail you, while the daily drawdown is based on either the balance or the equity, based on which is highest. The minimum profit split is 80% and the minimum trading days is 0, so this means that potentially you can pass the challenge in one single day. And if you click on this plus, you can see a few more special features. You have the opportunity to have weekend holding, you don't pay any swap fee, and you also have the opportunity for a unique buyback feature. Also, when it comes to the challenges, to be completely honest with you, Maven Trading also offers an instant challenge for 5k that is still below $30, but personally, I wouldn't go with this type of challenge because, as you can see from the condition, the maximum trailing drawdown is only 3% and the daily drawdown is 2%. So this means that even if the challenge is cheap and you get the capital immediately, it's gonna be really easy to breach the challenge because the conditions are not particularly favorable. So, as I told you before, I would go with a standard 5k challenge and pick the 2-step option if I were to use Maven Trading. The next prop firm on this list is Funded Trader Markets, that, as you can see, offer 24-hour payouts and give you the opportunity to have a maximum allocation of up to $600,000. Now, if we scroll down to the challenges, as you can see here, they offer 1-step evaluation, 2-step and instant funding. Now, when it comes to the 1-step evaluation, you have the option to pick between Nitro and Nitro Pro, and the main difference is going to be the drawdown percentage. In fact, when it comes to the Nitro challenge, you're gonna have a maximum overall drawdown of 6% and a maximum daily drawdown of 4%, while if you go with a Nitro Pro challenge, in this case, as you can see, you're gonna have a maximum overall drawdown of 3% and a maximum daily drawdown of 2%. Of course, since this challenge has a lower drawdown, also the price is gonna be decreased. In fact, if you go with Nitro Pro, a 5k account is only going to cost you $15. Instead, if you go with the Nitro Standard, the 5k account is gonna cost you $23. When it comes to the 2-step evaluation, also in this case, you have the opportunity to purchase a 5k account for less than $30. In this case, the target for phase 1 is going to be 8%, the target for phase 2 is going to be 5%, the maximum overall drawdown is 8%, and the maximum daily drawdown is going to be 4%. So, as you can see, the targets are pretty similar to the ones that we got on Maven Trading. Something that instead is completely different is the fact that with Funded Trader Markets, as you can see on this page, you are allowed to trade the news. In fact, while Maven Trading put a few limitations to the news trading, when it comes to this prop firm, you don't have any limitation. In fact, as you can see here, you have the option to open, close and manage trade during news period, but of course you need to be aware that during this period of high volatility, you might experience slippage or the spreads might widen. Next on the list, we have Sure Leverage Funding. This prop firm allows you to trade using using Platform 5, Match Trader and Trade Locker, and when it comes to challenges, as you can see here, they offer a 2-step 5k challenge for just $23. In this case, you're going to have a maximum daily drawdown of 5% for both phases, a max drawdown of 10%, a profit target of 10% for phase 1 and 5% for phase 2. Maximum trading days are unlimited, so this means that you can take as much time as you want to complete the challenge. You don't have any consistency rule during the evaluation phase. The consistency rule is only going to be applied during the funded phase, and the minimum trading days are 5. The maximum leverage allowed is 1 to 50 and the profit split is up to 80%, while the payout request is 14 days. As I was telling you, not only they offer a cheap 2-step challenge, but in case you want to go with a 1-step challenge, if you select the 5k size, as you can see, you can get the challenge for $29. In this case, you're gonna have a maximum daily drawdown of 4%, a max overall drawdown of 8%, the profit target is gonna be set at 8%. Again, you have an unlimited amount of days to complete the challenge, there is no consistency rule during the evaluation phase, and the minimum trading days are 5. Also in this case, maximum leverage of 1 to 50, profit split in this case is up to 100%, so if you go with a 1-step challenge and you get funded, you're actually gonna be able to earn more when you request a payout, and the payout request is gonna be 14 days. Similar to funded trader markets, also sure leverage funding doesn't apply any restriction when it comes to news trading. In fact, if you go here on the FAQ section and we select 1 step, if you click here where it says can I trade news, as you can see, yes, news trading is now allowed during the evaluation and live phase. Same things when it comes to the 2-step. In fact, if we go here, we can see yes, news trading is now allowed during the evaluation and live phase. So this means that if you decide to purchase an account with sure leverage funding, you won't have any restriction when it comes to news trading. Next on the list we have Aqua Funded, which is a prop firm that probably doesn't require any introduction since they've been around for quite some time, and as you can see, they currently offer a 5k standard 2-step challenge for just $28. In this case, you're gonna have an unlimited trading period to complete the challenge. The profit target for phase 1 is gonna be 8%, while for phase 2 is gonna be 5%. You're gonna have a maximum daily loss of 5% in both evaluation phases. The maximum loss is gonna be 8% in both evaluation phases, and the account leverage is gonna be 1 to 100. In this case, the payout is gonna be bi-weekly, and the profit split is gonna be 100%, which is similar to the 1-step challenge of sure leverage funding. In this case, Aqua Funded have a few limitations when it comes to news trading, so if you were planning to trade during news event, this might not be the prop firm for you. But something positive is that once you get funded and you pass the challenge, you're gonna receive a 100% refund. So in the case of Aqua Funded, you shouldn't see purchasing a challenge as an expense, rather as an investment. Last on the list, we have Rebel Funding. I decided to include this prop firm in the list because beside having a 5k challenge for less than $30, they also have some interesting options when it comes to challenge rules. So first of all, as you can see, the Copper challenge is actually a 4-step challenge, so you're gonna have 4 different phases where the profit target is 5% for each one of them. The maximum drawdown is 10% and the maximum daily drawdown is 5%. When it comes to leverage, as you can see, you have up to 1 to 200, so this is the highest leverage available between all the prop firms, and instead of having minimum trading days, they have minimum trades. In fact, you need to have at least 4 trades, but they can also be done all in the same day, for example. When it comes to the maximum days is unlimited, so you don't have any time limit to complete the challenge. The reward, so the profit split, goes between 80 to 90%, and as you can see, the refund fees is 200%. So this means that once you pass the challenge, you're gonna receive back double the money that you spend to purchase the challenge, which is of course something really good. And they also offering you a maximum funding of 10,000. So this means that if you purchase the 5k challenge and you show that you can be profitable long term, you have the opportunity to scale the account, so to increase your capital allocation without the need to purchase any additional challenge. Now, when it comes to news trading, also Rebel Funding allow you to trade the news, but as you can see from this page, they tell you that you are allowed to trade news, but they have a few conditions that you need to respect. And if we go in the term of service in Article 7, as you can see, what they say is that they don't like when you open excessive trades during significant global news. So this probably means that you are allowed to trade the news, but you cannot take advantage of it. What I mean is that, let's say that for example an important news is about to happen, usually you only risk 1% of your account on every trade, and before that news you open a new position risking 5% of your account. I think that in this case this can be seen as a breach of the rules. So you can trade the news, but you need to keep your position size consistent and never try to take too much advantage of the volatility that is going to happen during the news event. So if you watched this video until this point, I have a gift for you. In fact, as a bonus, I decided to add an additional prop firm to this list that doesn't offer a 5k challenge for less than $30, but has some interesting pricing for the people that are really on a budget. In fact, the bonus prop firm that I would like to show you, it's way funded. In fact, if we scroll down and we look at the prices of the various challenges, when it comes to a 5k rapid challenge, the price is going to be $74. Instead, if we look at 5k regular challenge, in this case, the price is going to be $49. And lastly, for a 5k no consistency challenge, in this case, the price is going to be $59. So all of the 5k challenge are outside of our budget. But if we start looking at 2.5k challenges or even 1k challenges, now everything changes. In fact, if we go, for example, for a 1k rapid challenge, in this case, as you can see, the price is just $15. Or if we look at a 1k regular challenge, in this case the price is only $10. So as you can see, if you are really on a budget, Sway Funded could be a really good alternative for you, because for literally less than a McDonald's meal you can purchase an evaluation and start trading a funded account. Now when it comes to the condition, I'm gonna be honest, they are not the best in the market. Of course there is some prop firm with better condition, but I think that the value proposition in this case is the low price, because again, as I was telling you, with just $10 you can purchase a 1k funded account and start trading. So there you have it. These were the 5 cheapest prop firm challenges currently on the market. As I told you at the beginning, if you would like to purchase any of these challenges, you can do so by clicking the links in the video description. Using those links will allow you to take advantage of any promotion or discount currently available. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and until next time, happy trades!